Okay, guys, we are actually doing a Pokemon Top 10. I did the intro, title, and unknown I found online. If it would work well, but it didn't. So excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm doing a face cam because I'm doing images only. And I'm also talking. I'm not going to have any audio or anything like music playing because I don't want to get copyright struck anymore. Apparently my sisters want to play music whenever I go live streaming and I post stuff. So I'm doing this alone. I wish I had somebody here with me to do it. One of my gaming buddies, but I can't get anybody on the line right now, so. Number 10. Ninetales. To me, Ninetales is just so majestic that I can't even, comprehend a lonely Ninetales. Its Pokédex entry states that Ninetales is a very vengeful Pokemon, has been known to curse those who mistreat it. This is an intelligent Pokemon, being able to understand human speech easily. Yeah. Now, if you think about it, there's actually an episode of Pokemon Johto where Ninetales, a 1,000-year-old Ninetales, I think it's a 200, falls in love with Brock because he looks like her old owner. And she even makes up a giant bunch of apparitions to try and get Brock to stay in order to take care of said Ninetales. Number 9. Umbreon. The reason that I like Umbreon, I've always been a huge Umbreon fan ever since I saw it. No matter what, I've always loved Umbreon. Umbreon appeared in, no. Wait. Here we go. Umbreon evolved as a result of exposure to the moon's waves. It hides silently in darkness and waits for foes to make a move, then rings its body's glow when it leaps to attack. Yeah. So Umbreon to me is pretty cool. I've always wanted a shiny Umbreon. I could never find one. I tried to get one in my original Omega Ruby cartridge, but it ended up being a Sylveon. So, yeah. I've always loved Umbreons. I still have not found a way to competitively use an Umbreon. I want to so hard though. Number 8. Sharpedo. I mean, if you just look at the transformation, Sharpedo goes from looking somewhat cute to massive destruction. If you guys haven't figured it out, I put a good map of my favorite region in the background. So, the reason I love Sharpedo is, even though back in the original days of like Ruby, Emerald, Sapphire, it never got its own sprite, but come Omega Ruby, it definitely did. It literally just said, you know what, I deserve my own sprite when I go out my Pokeball, I am keeping it. So now it ends up just falling everything. His Pokedex entry is nicknamed the Bully of the Sea. Sharpedo is widely feared. Cruel fangs grow back immediately if they snap off. Just one of those Pokemon can thoroughly tear apart a super tanker. Sharpedo can swim at speeds up to 75 mph, jetting seawater out of its backside. This Pokemon's drawback is its inability to swim long distances. It only has the ability Rough Skin, or it Mega Evolves, it goes super crazy. Literally, I'm kind of scared of one myself, but I would love to have one IRL. mean, I just scrolled down a little bit to look at some of the cards, and just they all look incredible. Number 7, Metagross. I mean, everybody's had to see this one coming. Mahoan Kid. Metagross is the tankiest tank of them there is in Pokemon Emerald and all that. But you can only get one via end game in Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, and Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I recently found out that before you take on the electric type trial, you can actually go catch yourself a Beldum, a wild Beldum, on the route that you like on the route down where you gotta take the bus. So I'm grinded that thing till I found a shiny, but I couldn't find it. I ended up catching a regular one, and Brainiac's been on my Alolan team ever since. He's still being leveled up. I'm sorry, everyone. Pulling up Metagross's Pokedex now. Metagross has 4 brains in total. Combined, the 4 brains can breeze through difficult calculations faster than a supercomputer. Pokemon can float in the air by tucking in its 4 legs. Metagross is the result of 2 Metang achieving fusion. When hunting, this Pokemon pins the prey on the ground under its massive body and then eats a helpless victim using its large mouth on its stomach. I mean, having the Tough Claws ability, it Mega Evolves. Clear Body ability. If I go want to chain Rockruffs, all I gotta do is take a couple of Pokemon with Clear Body with me, and they are going smooth. Yeah, it's gonna be very, very big. A very, very big explosion. I should have pulled up all the Pokedex entries beforehand, but luckily I remember how I ordered them. Number 6, Flygon. I mean, this was my first shiny of Pokemon X. I got it from a friend safari of a dude that I personally know. Flygon is nicknamed the Elemental Spirit of the Desert. Because its flapping wings can whip up a cloud of sand, this Pokemon is always enveloped in a sandstorm while flying. It's a pseudo-legend, so it pretty much can just one-shot just about everything. It has only 3 weaknesses, and I can moves to get over every one of them. I normally give it like Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Flamethrower, Crunch. I think fairies are like resistant to Crunch, so I'd have to check. But I believe they are. I think this is the X. Flygon whips up a sandstorm by flapping its wings. Wings create a series of notes that sound like singing. Singing is only that can be heard in a sandstorm. Pokemon said to be the desert spirit. So realistically, it can compete with Tapu Bulu. I mean, look at that shiny Flygon compared to the original. I mean, it has a more vibrant color scheme than the original does. I love to have it. I even got it transferred over to my Omega Ruby cartridge for my X before taking on Groudon for the first time. Thinking he's gonna be like level 70, and you had to somehow defeat him with the Latias that you just gained, a Latias or Latios, depending on which version of the game you're playing. Like right before you end up catching it, trying to catch it or stuff. I ended up catching it before then, so I was happy. So I need to complete it all the way though. I'm just happy I have Doc Flygon. Doc, this is a shout out. I'm gonna tag you in this. Number 5, Crobat. Crobat I've always loved. Due to the fact it may have 4 weaknesses, but just about every one of them he doesn't give a care about. You teach him like attack, speed, like wall round him out a little bit, and then like boom his others and EVs. Dude's a tank up to a point. Crobat's Pokedex entry is if this Pokemon It's flying by fluttered only a pair of wings on either of its forelegs or hind legs. Truth that Crobat has been flying a long distance. It switches wings when it uses if it's tired. Crobat sneaks up on its unintended prey using wings that can barely make a sound. This Pokemon rests by hanging on a tree bench with its rear legs that serve as wings. And so those are wings in the back? Those were his feet. Well then. Well, I've always tried to get a Crobat since I figured out, like, wait, what? This dude's powerful. How can I get one? I literally spent hours trying to figure out how to get a Crobat. Then I found out about the ways of the, sorry if you're clicking at my mouse. I'm just, like, amazed by how powerful he can be. That's why he's in my top 5. If I can, I want to get all top 6 and go through an Elite 4. Probably the Hoenn, because I can actually get a Charizard still, if I actually have one on there. And hit a little Flash of Sweat. So, let's go to number 4. Greninja. I mean, the Battle Bond Greninja makes it so much more broken. But my Greninja on my X cartridge can't be touched. Even if level 100 was being taken on by another level 100, I had this dude so sped up, he can't do anything. His opponent really can't do anything unless they're faster than him. I don't even IV train. So that really must say something. Now, Greninja's Pokedexes are, it creates throwing stars out of compressed water. When it splints them and throws them at high speeds, 2 stars can split metal in 2. So a Metagross can literally go down by that. It appears in advantages with the Ninja's Grace. It toys with its enemies using swift movements while slicing them with throwing stars of sharpest water. Okay then. I mean, he is my Kalos starter. Before the GTS shut down, I actually asked for one in my Mega Ruby game for a Froakie. Didn't even need, like, any special abilities for it. I just wanted, like, a regular one. Dude trades me a shiny Protean for my Slackoth that knows Night Slash. Night Slash is pretty good because it has high hit crit, and get that on a Slackoth. Yeah, that's pretty good. So, I'd say Greninja's. Yeah, that's why he makes the top 4. Number 3, I've had a good amount of time to play with this Pokemon in the new games that came out. So he's actually my starter. So you guys might know him as number 3, Decidueye. I keep calling him Decidueye. That seems like what he would be called, because he's like a Robin Hood ninja kind of thing. His signature move, Spirit Shackle. I mean, if that thing left it with 1 HP, it can't escape at all, that would make it a perfect move, but he can learn False Swipe as well. A Ghost and Grass type that can learn False Swipe has a Ghost type move that allows the other Pokemon not to escape. So that means you could get roaming legendaries. They can't escape. That is a gift that you cannot take for granted. Darkest Lariat doesn't really do a lot, which is what Cineroar gets. I forget Manera's special one, because I never got it used on me by how. So Decidueye, since I don't have a like IV checker and all that, I can't check it. Like how we had the little mini games that are really good. Okay, now Decidueye. It fires arrow quills from its wings. With such precision, they can pierce a pebble at distances over 100 yards. Although basically cool and cautious, when it's caught by surprise, it's seized by panic. Has 5 weaknesses, but Ghost, Dark, both taken up by Fairy. Ice, Fire, taken up by Rock. Flying, taken up by Dab. So essentially, they're both good. Now, ever game, and he is the Charizard. Playing all the way back to Pokemon Fire Red. I literally loved this dude. I had him like just about all the way up at max. Like until like 50s it where it's like super hard to level him up. Nearly had him always at the max level for the next gym. This dude really got me through some tough times. Charizard flies around in the sky in search of powerful opponents and breathes fire of such great heat that it melts anything. However, it never turns to fire breath on an opponent weaker than itself. And doesn't have an alternate Pokedex. Okay, so it's weak to Rock times 4, Electric times 2, and Water times 2. But I always try and go for the Mega Charizard X. Because he loses his Electric type weakness and his Ice. Doesn't have Ice originally. Gains 1 to ground. He loses Water, which people typically take for against a Charizard. Mega Charizard X does a lot. He's a dragon. He can take out a good amount of stuff. Fire resists fairies, so these fairies are normally effective against him too. If you were to compare it to Mega Charizard Y, who's still timed 4 weak to Rock, and all that, Mega Charizard X definitely pulls out harder in the stats with the Tough Claws ability. Honest Mega Charizard Y does special. I try and have one in every playthrough. I want to try and get one on Sun and Moon legitly. I don't know if it's like a bonus thing that once you beat all the rivals you get from what is it? Beating the Elite Four again and then battling rivals. I wonder if it's just going to be like a progression thing, like if it's going to be added on, or it's like programmed in, like how in XY, XY and or S, you get the Kanto starters. You get a Kalos starter right off the bat, but you have to get the demo. You can get the Johto starters, which I'm going to get Chomper the Feraligatr first chance I get. Now, everyone might guess this. Go ahead, pause the video now and go take a guess in the comment section below what number 1 is. Pause your video now! For dramatic effect. Okay, that should actually be pretty close to enough time. If not, you're probably wrapping it up right now. But given my channel name, it is the Blaziken! You guys are probably hearing me screaming in my mic. That's because I'm holding it up to my mouth because it's not that good of a mic. It's on a headset. I want to be reviewing the footage afterwards too. Blaziken! The Nightwing the Blaziken! My first starter that I've owned in one of the games I owned. I played Fire Red as from my cousin's cartridge. He was not happy about it. Then again, Stradivator never really did like that kind of stuff, but he got over it. Just laugh at it now. And the Blaze Pokemon, I believe it is, does not give so. In battle, Blaziken blows out intense flames from its wrist, attacks its foes courageously. The stronger the foe, the more intensely the Pokemon's wrist burns. This is actually shown in one of the episodes of the anime where May's Blaziken is fighting Ash's Sceptile, and they end up they show Overgrow and Blaze both go off. Blaziken has incredibly strong legs. It can easily clear a 30-story building in one leap. This Pokemon's blazing punches even loads Leave its foe scorched and blackened. Has blaze and speed boost. On my on my X cartridge, the first Torchic I got was a speed boost. Somebody wonder traded me, but it didn't have the Blazikenite. I mean, that's gonna wrap up this this top 10. If you guys, let me know in the comment section below which all of your top 10 Pokemon do you think made this list. I'm gonna go through. I'm actually going to go load up Sun, grab Pokemon, my Crobat, Ninja, Decidueye, and Metagross, and 2 other Pokemon that I need to train up and just go at it. I want to go catch an Eevee, hopefully shiny it, get it shiny on the first try, like the RMS Carbink I have. I got super lucky on. And I'm going to try and do some stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have a video card, so I can't do Pokemon PS videos yet. Well, bye.